This is Trevor Kouritzin for NeedToBuildMuscle.com and Evolutionary.org. Today I'm going to talk about nutrition. This is a topic that I see so much confusion on and something that people make way more confusing than it needs to be. So basically, the food you eat is comprised of water, macronutrients, and micronutrients. So the macronutrients are basically the components of the food that provide energy. There are four main macronutrients. There's protein, carbs, fat, and alcohol. Protein has 4 calories per gram. Carbs have 4 calories per gram. Alcohol has 7 calories per gram. And fats have 9 calories per gram. The calories in a food that you eat is based on how much of those macronutrients it has. So let's say a food has 10 grams of carbs, 10 grams of protein, and 10 grams of fat. The calories in that food would be 40 from the carbs, 40 from the protein, and 90 from the fat, so 170 total. So calories is just a total measurement of basically how much carbs, proteins, and fat is in that food. The micronutrients in the food are basically, the things like vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, all that sort of stuff. It's basically the things in that food that are beneficial for health, but don't actually provide any energy. Vitamins, antioxidants, none of those things provide energy for the body. They're basically enzymes that, allow cofactors and functions in your body to work. They're involved in energy metabolism, but they don't actually provide energy. Your body gets its energy from carbs, fats, protein, and alcohol, the 4 macronutrients. So now that you know what macronutrients are, micronutrients, how many macronutrients do I need? So the most important thing is protein. Protein is basically what you are made of. Your muscles, your skin, your hair, your bones, your teeth. For the most part, it's all made of protein. So protein is the most important thing. To figure out how much protein you need, if you're a natural athlete, you want to times your body weight by 1 to 1.5 grams. And if you're an enhanced athlete, you want to times your body weight by 1.5 to 2 grams. So let's say you're a natural athlete, you're 200 pounds, you're going to want to be getting 200 to 300 grams of protein per day. Let's say you're an enhanced athlete and you also weigh 200 pounds, you'd be wanting getting 300 to 400 grams of protein per day. The other macronutrients, carbs, fats, and alcohol, are basically energy. They basically comprise the rest of your calories once you've set your protein intake. This is very, very individual. This is dependent upon your age, your genetics, your lifestyle, your job, all that sort of stuff. Someone who works a desk job is going to need much less energy than someone who is a laborer and working physically all day. As a general rule, you can figure out how many calories you need by timesing your body weight by 15. Again, this is very, very individual, but this is going to give you a rough ballpark measure. This is a good starting point. So that 200-pound person, if he times his body weight by 15, he would get 3,000. So 3,000 calories per day is basically what he needs to maintain his current body weight. If he wanted to gain weight, he'd want to times his body weight by 17 or 18. If he wanted to lose weight, he would need to times his body weight by 12 or 13. Again, these are just ballpark numbers, but these are going to get you in that range. So let's say he wants to maintain his weight. He would, times his body weight by 15, 3,000 calories. If he's eating 300 grams of protein per day, 300 times 4 is 1,200 calories. So basically then he would have 3,000 minus 1,200. He would have 1,800 calories to spend on carbs and fat. How much carbs, how much fat you decide to choose, that's up to you. Me personally, what I recommend for fat is I recommend, multiplying your body weight by 0.5. So for this 200-pound person, that'd be around 100 grams of fat. And then, the rest of the calories would come from carbs. So if you had 1,800 calories left, 100 grams of fat, 9 calories per gram, that'd be 900 calories. He has 900 calories left to spend on carbs. That'd be a little over 200 grams of carbs per day. So again, these are just general numbers. Some people feel better on a higher carb, lower fat diet. Some people feel better on higher fat, lower carb. I'm just giving you guys ballpark, general numbers on how to set up a diet for yourself. So now, micronutrients. How do you make sure you get enough micronutrients? Honestly, you don't have to overthink it. For your macronutrients, if you're sticking to whole, unprocessed foods, you're going to get a lot of micronutrients and everything needed for health because all those foods are full of micronutrients. So, for your carbs, if you're eating things like sweet potatoes, oatmeal, brown rice, quinoa, all those, unprocessed carbs, they're going to be full of B vitamins. Sweet potatoes are full of vitamin A, especially if you're eating lots of fruits and vegetables. You get all the micronutrients you need for optimal health. That's why it's really, really important, and that's why, there's so much more to just a calorie, a calorie being a calorie, because you also have to think about the micronutrients in your food. Fiber is another big thing. Fiber is technically a carbohydrate, but you want to be sure, you get enough fiber to make sure that your blood sugar levels are stable, to make sure you're regular. It's very important for colon health. Lots and lots of studies have showed people with high fiber diets are preventative against colon cancer. Very, very important. So again, if you're getting your carbs from things like oatmeal, sweet potatoes, vegetables, you're going to get lots of fiber. But as if you're getting your carbs from things like white bread, white rice, refined carbohydrates, there's no fiber in all of that. Same with your protein. Protein shakes have their place, but the problem is there's not really much nutrition in them. You want to be sticking with things like lean fish, lean poultry, lean steak, eggs, all those sorts of things. Like with the fish, you're going to be getting, omega-3 fatty acids. With the lean steak, you're going to get iron, you're going to get zinc, you're going to get all those important things. Same with the fats, you want to be getting, natural almonds, natural walnuts, coconut oil, all that good sort of stuff. So basically, hopefully that clears up some information about nutrition, what calories are, what carbs are, what proteins are, what fats are. It's really, really not that complicated, guys. The most important thing is to figure out your calorie number, set your protein intake, and then the rest of your calories should come from carbs or fat. How much carbs, how much fat you want to eat, that's very, very individual. I find I personally do better on, a high carb, lower fat diet. Some older guys feel that they do better on higher fat, lower carbs. But at the end of the day, both carbs and fats are energy. Protein is basically what your body is made of. Set that number and then fill the rest of your calories with the protein and the fat. To find out how many calories you need, times your body weight by 15. If you want to gain weight, you'd want to times your body weight by 17 to 18. If you want to lose weight, you'd want to times your body weight by 12 to 13. And again, these are just ballpark numbers. Once you set up your diet, once you find your calorie number, you're going to want to weigh yourself, follow that diet for a week, and weigh yourself again. If your goal is to lose weight and you lost a pound, perfect. You're right on the, you're on the right track. If your goal is to lose weight and you weigh yourself after that week, you didn't lose any weight, give it another week. If on the second week you didn't lose any weight again, you're going to maybe want to have to drop your calories a little bit or increase your cardio. Vice versa as well if you're trying to gain weight. If you didn't gain any weight, give another week. The same thing. If you didn't gain any weight for 2 weeks in a row, you either want to up your calories or decrease, your cardio. This is Trevor Kouritzin for Need to Build Muscle and Evolutionary.org. Thanks for watching.